Hi, good morning. Today is July the 1st, 2024. I'm here to recap The House of Dragons, Season 2, Episode 3. Don't know the name of it. But I wanted to say I left off a really important part last week, right before when I said that the brothers, the twins, how they both in the castle at the same time. One was there to assassinate the brother. That like the lady, the white worm, she was able to. She wasn't able to get to the queen, but she was able to translate that she saw the twin on the island as she was leaving. So the other twin went to protect the queen while the brother was in there in the room. She thought it was the one that wants to protect her, but the twins is identical. So they was in there fighting each other, but nobody knew who was who. We just knew that the brothers loved each other, and they was sent on the mission. One was sent to protect the queen, the other brother was sent to kill the queen. So nobody knew who was who because they were that identical. So in the end, of course, one of the brothers was successful, but nobody knows which one. And the reason why we don't know which one is because after one of the brothers killed his twin, he killed himself. He fell on his sword. Oh, it was so sad. So anyway, that's what this starts off. This episode 3, starts off with them burying the brothers. I think they set them on. They give them a burial. So, before then, though, they showed that it's the Bracken and it's two people fighting. The Brackens and the Blackwoods. Somebody was moving some rocks or something. They was all in this field. Now, I guess where the rocks they also they were boundary lines for who what land belonged to Blackwood and what land to belong to the Brackens, or what I think that's what they call them, Bracons. So anyway, a fight broke out, a little mini war, a little fire. So anyway, we saw that and begin to go on. So now we are Rhaenyra and Jace was talking about the twins, the soldiers dying. They was at the funeral. So Queen Rhaenyra, the one that's married to what's his name? Corley's wife, the brother, I finally got his name, the sea monster, his wife, is talking to Raina because her council want her to they want her to take them dragons and just burn all that shit down because right now she has the most dominant of the dominant of all of them. She got the dragons. Everybody got some. She got dragons, but I think she got the biggest or the most dragons. So anyway, Rainier, Corlia's wife, the sea monster wife, the blonde haired white lady, the one that's her ally, tell her that she know that Amon killed the baby, and she said, it's just how shit working out. Luke took Amon's eye, then made Amon take the dragon with Luke on it, then now made Amon send somebody to the castle to kill the next king, just a bunch of shit. So she says to send a raven to Queen Alicent. She put a bug in her ear. She said maybe Queen Alicent can help because I'm sure they trying to do the same shit. And y'all kind of like on the same spirit. Neither one of y'all are down for all this burning up, these dragons fighting. So she said, I can't send her a raven. I gotta see her another type of way. I can't send a bird with a note. She gotta see me and know it's from me. So they tell her how dangerous it is. So the white worm lady, Mazera, whatever, she said she wanted to stay. And Witchcom said, why you want to stay? She said, first you couldn't wait to leave the island. Now you want to stay. She said, cause, them motherfuckers over there on the other side, they did me dirty. And she said, I'd rather be here with you, helping you out. And she said, and I can help you because the shit that I know about the castle that other people don't know. Like, I know there are other ways to get in and this, that, and another thing. So she was trying to figure out a way for her to get into the castle over there. And the lady said, you can get in there. She said, all you got to do is dress down. You can't go up in that motherfucker at the front gate looking like no queen. But if you went up there looking like a peasant or some shit, you gonna get in with no problem. So that's exactly what they did. She wanted to go see Allison. So anyway, um, some of the council at the council is having a meeting. Alcient Hightower and her council is meeting her son, and they had to go get y'all know Colin Krista. What's his name? Christian Cole. That's his name. Cole is. It's got to send his first meeting as a hand. This motherfucker in the room sick as hell. He just don't feel good. So anyway, they come get him, tell him bring his ass on because it's a meeting. So Aegon said, we at war, and they said we at war, we ain't using no dragons though, and that's what he wanted to do. He wanted to use dragons, but Lord Tally said, we need to send a raven. We need to send a raven. She said because we ain't gonna have enough people. We leaving to get to Bracken. We not gonna have enough men. So Agar says, he gonna stay. Agar says he's staying behind. He not gonna leave when they leave out in this, in this for this little mission. He gonna stay back to protect the king. So the king ain't really fussing too bad about that. So when Rhaenyra sees the white worm, she said, just because you came, she said, what are you doing here? She said, just because you came, they said that you left on your journey to come back to warn me. And she said, yeah, I know I could be some worth to you because I know a lot about the Red Keep. And she said she wanted to punish the High Towers for the things that they did to her. So, um, Queen Rhaenyra sends for Baylor. Sends for the Rhaenyra. Sends for the youngest of the sisters of Corley's daughter. Cause she's sending her to watch her kids. She's sending it's getting dangerous because they at war. It's not that they a war about to start. They are considering themselves in a state of war. So she's sending her and her children as well as the hatchlings of some dragons to be taken care of because she essentially is leaving there with the next generation of dragons and people. So in the reign in the hierarchy, the people next in line. So anyway, next thing you know, we see Armand, and he in this old ass castle, and I think he in Simon Strong's castle. He says it's the largest castle in that they of the seven kingdoms, but it's been tore up. And he said Simon the Strong said it's tore up. Although he's pledged to Veneer, but he said his castle ain't no good. He said they don't like Clubfoot. He said that the attack that shit was ruined by the dragons. So Strong said they ain't loyal to Clubfoot, that they loyal to him. So anyway, Aemon wants their castle because he says it's the biggest one that they got in all the seven kingdoms. So he said his plan is. So they asked Aemon, Sir Strong asked him what he was going to do. And he said he gonna march on King's Landing and take the throne. And they was like, the throne. And he was like, yeah, the one with the room with the big chair in it. I thought that shit was funny. I believe that's what he said. So, Allison is introducing her brother to Cole and saying that the brother was going on this little mission with them, and she was like, we don't need nobody to go. And she was like, you don't need nobody to go, but you need my brother to go, so he'll be going with you. So the brother responds to Cole like, you the man who I met, who my father has been the hand for 3 generations of kings, and all of a sudden he ain't good enough for you. So you can already tell with Cole and the and his and Queen Aliceint brother relationship gonna be like. So, but the brother said they're gonna be good. So Alcient walks away from Cole and he says, "What did she ask?" He asked her something. And she said, "What do you want from me?" He said, "Your blessing." I think he in love with her. So she reached in her chest and pulled out an old nasty stinking handkerchief and give it to him. So anyway, he thanks her and then he moves on. But the brother, I think the brother see the whole transaction. So, like I said, Veneer was meeting with her council, and they still want her to fuck with them dragons. But she said, "I think on all everything everybody said." So, but she ain't though. So, so they was like, "No, don't worry about it. You ain't got to be the one to do it. We understand the stress that you want. You can go, and hide because we can put you away because you're in danger too." And she was like, "Fuck that. What y'all gonna do? Try to hide me? Then y'all gonna declare war." And she said, "If you did that shit, that'd be treason." So everybody shut the fuck up. Once someone sat down and got out her face about that one. So it's a man in a tavern. He running his mouth, and he's saying that he is the son of Baela, but he don't like the princess or the queen. But they said he don't look like the princess or the king. Okay, so I told y'all she told the lady to she told the girls to take the lady to take the eggs and her kids to another castle, the youngest sister. And then she said, "Oh, I wanted to say this, the Baylor, the one, the girl that's driving the dragon in this episode, because when Cole and them leave, I told you Rhaenyra sent her out on a mission to do some scouting to see who moving, what she can see, but the fly, to stay out of sight, but the fly, out of the way. That one on that thing. She like Serena Williams, or like she could be a young Serena Williams, or be like her daughter or something. So the next thing we know, we see the Queen Helene, and she at the castle, and she's still grieving her twin's death, and she's like, it shouldn't have hit me this hard. That babies die all the time from a multitude of things, and I believe back then they did as well. So she's still grieving her babies. So the grandmother said she loved Jaharis too. I think his name was Jahar. She said she loved him too. So it gets a little quiet, and then Helene tells the Queen Alicent, "I forgive you." And she's like, "What?" She said, "I forgive you." And Alicent try to act like she don't know what the fuck she talking about, but she knows what she's talking about. The Queen is trying to tell her she forgive her because the day that her baby was killed, the Queen was in there riding on a soldier that's supposed to be protecting her and her children. So anyway, while the king was in there showing off, putting on all these clothes and shit, some warrior shit, and got somebody Valerian steel, this and that. That motherfucker, the young king, he ain't going no damn way. I was gonna say with the blonde hair, they all got blonde hair, but the young silly one, the one that hung all the mice, the rat catchers. He He in there trying on some clothes and he get disturbed by Lord Clubfoot. And he was like, "Where you want, Clubfoot?" And he was like, "I need to talk to you." So Clubfoot, what he going to do is make himself valuable to the king because he came to the king, was whispering shit in his ear. "Hey, I heard it's probably not best if you go out because I heard if you go somewhere, they're going to try to kill your ass today. So you might want to stand down. Just take back and let them take care of this." So anyway, the king holler out to Clubfoot, "You know what? I think I might like having a whisper on my team. My father was like he ain't had no time for whispers, but I got time for you." So he stayed. The king took the advice and stayed back. And that night he went to drink in the tavern. He went to drink in the tavern because they showed the nightlife. And that King's wherever the hell they at King's Landing, they be having some fun up in that motherfucker. So anyway, the king is out with his soldiers is supposed to be protecting them. They getting drunk as hell. So next thing you know, they wind up there in a whorehouse, right? And he just running around because I think one of the soldiers ain't never had sex before, so they're gonna get him a prostitute. So it's a guy in there. He said he's the son of Baelor, but he don't like the prince or the queen. He said he's Prince Caesarius Valerius, and whenever he say that, the club get quiet, the pub get quiet, but it get quiet because the king come in there, and he almost shit himself because he think that everybody heard him, but I don't think nobody did. So the king is drunk, and he after he leave drinking there and acting like a damn fool. He go to the brothel and he just pulling back curtains and shit and embarrassing people. And one of the curtains he pulled back, he sees Aegon. And he ate the one with the glass eye. He see him with his 304. That's the one that he like, and I think this is the same prostitute that he had the first time he ever had sex. So ever since he was a little boy, he been sleeping with this woman, I believe. I think he in love with, and that's what the king is laughing about. Oh, I think this is his first one he ever had, and he's still sleeping with her. Ah. He making fun of him and shit. So anyway, he do me one better. Glass eye stand up. I said he got a nice little thing to not have it to be not be hard. If it was soft that size, he got a nice little thing on him. Amen. So when he stood up with his thing all hanging out, and he just walked out the room and shit. I know they embarrassed him, but he ain't gonna act embarrassed. He gonna act cool. So Vanera is home and she crying and cleaning up her kids' toys and shit. And that's when I said she finds a note. So we back to Cole and Aliceint brother, and they in the field, and you hear Cole say, "We've been spotted," and it is a big ass dragon. It's Baylor riding that dragon, and she started fucking with him too. She started riding down low, so they scared, because it's a dragon. They don't know if she gonna blow smoke on their ass or not, but she's at the advantage, so they run because they in the open field, so they run their horses until they get into a the cover of trees and get to the forest. So anyway, it seems like the men want dragons. The men want to fight with them dragons. But I understand what the queens are saying. If we take the dragons and we just go to war and start fighting shit, we're gonna tear up everything we ever built. Our lands are gonna be sent. They dragons, and then from first, the second episode, first episode, fuck that with the dragons. Them motherfuckers, you pissed them off. They stop listening to your ass. Yeah, they listen to you till they don't want to listen to you no more. So anyway, you could have been anywhere in the world, but you was here with me for 18 minutes and 30 seconds, and I love you for it. Have an awesome day, and I will see you for the next recap. Bye now. Have a blessed day.